Yeah, because we would
start in just a
definitely
minute.
want our survey to look at
Wait for
that.
the whole crew to get up here. How you doing, Lois? Good? Rosemary? Okay. Better night tonight than this. That's nice when you close on. That's from his school party. That's all we make from annual rewind summer bid.
Keep it clean.
You need that with the qualifier.
What a crew here. You can throw it out there first. All right, I'd like to call the meeting of October 15th, 2015 to order. Jesse, take the roll call, please.
Mayor Siciliano?
Here.
Deputy Mayor Garofalo?
Here.
Councilmember Achara?
Here.
Long? Shepherd?
Here.
Okay, everybody please rise for the pledge of allegiance. And please remain standing for a moment of silent prayer. Pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. The notice requirement for the Open Public Meeting Act for this meeting has been satisfied. A copy of the annual notice was sent to the Asbury Park Press and the Coaster. It was posted in the Town Hall and filed in the office of the Municipal Clerk December 30, 2014. There are two emergency exits on the wall. One to my right will take you out to the side parking lot, and one to my left take you out to the rear. If you have any cell phones, please turn them off. If you need to make a call, kindly go out to the hallway there and make that call. And so, before we get started on our ceremonies, I'm going to go down the line and ask the council folks if they have any reports. Deputy Mayor Garofalo, you have anything?
Nothing this evening, Mayor.
Great, thank you. Donna?
Yes, I have two things. One, October 24th is going to be the Deal Lake cleanup at the boat launch in Asbury Park. That's going to be from 9 to 1. And on October 25th is Ocean Township's clean sweep, and that's going to be over at Oakhurst Park, and that's from 11 to 2.
Great, thank you. Rich, you have anything for us?
I do, Mayor. As the Vice President of the Community Hope Fund, I want to thank the community at large for all the help that they gave us. I previously extended my thanks for the fire that we had at Twin Brook, but the Community Hope Fund was able to give out $500 in gift cards per family. That came as a result of cash donations through the Community Hope Fund and also gift cards that were donated. I want to point out too that every year the Community Hope Fund, in conjunction with the Human Services Council, of which I'm also a member, every year we have a food drive for our needy families in Ocean Township, and we have a lot more needy families than people I think actually realize. So we're hoping that members of the community will again support this food drive. They can drop off food items right at our Human Services building on Deal Road, and someone will happily receive it. Then we go through a process where we box all the items that we receive, and after we box all those items, then we distribute them on November the 22nd this year to those needy families. The deadline for dropping off those food items at Human Services is November 2nd, so we know that the community is going to support those that are in need. Thank you.
Great, thank you. Rob, anything for us?
No report, Mr. Mayor.
Great. Andrew?
Just want to mention that on Wednesday, October 28th, beginning at 6 p.m., there's going to be a public informational meeting in this room to talk about proposed improvements to West Park Avenue, the entire corridor. So that'll be, the township and the county will be sponsoring that meeting. And obviously, it's going to be the entire West Park Avenue corridor, but with special attention being given to the West Park and Highway 35 intersection.
Great. Marty, anything right now? Or?
Nothing today.
Okay. And before we come down there, I just want to make an announcement that there's a lot of information going on. You probably read the newspaper about the county tax pilot. I'm sure many of you read that. So right now, just so you know, we're calling upon the freeholders to take action immediately and suspend this program. I want them to do it throughout the whole county, not just Ocean Township. So I'll be talking to the freehold representatives in the next few days, but that's our position on this right now. A lot of time and effort is being expended on this, and until this is all over, we just like to have some immediate action taken on that. That's my report. So, before we get on with the other parts of the business, we have a couple of people we'd like to acknowledge here tonight. And it's a couple of women that have given a lot of their time and dedication to this township over many, many years. And together, I think collectively, they've lived here in this town probably for over 150 years. So I won't say who's lived here longer.
Not individually, not individually.
So before I get any more trouble, I won't say that. And they've worked here, and then even after work, for 25 years in retirement, these folks have volunteered their services to the Mercy Center, food kitchens, pantries, etc. And so we're going to come down there. We're going to call them up one at a time and embarrass them a little bit, but we're going to come down from the dais and acknowledge these folks because they really deserve it. Okay, this one works. So, first person I want to call up is Miss Rosemary Maxey. Rosemary, can you come on up?
Because I'm the oldest.
No. I might have you beat by a few years, I'm not sure. We're not going to mention ages. Come on right up next to me.
Come over here,
Right next to me,
Mrs.
Rosemary. Right here on my left.
Mrs. Maxey, do you remember Richie Long?
That's little Richie Long.
This is like old
I knew that. That's little Richie Long. He's 67 years old. So, Rosemary, we're honored to give this to you. I'm just going to read a little bit. So this is to Rosemary Maxey. Let me introduce everybody. This is Rosemary for many years contributions to the Township of Ocean. I'm going to say it again. I'm not going to give you the exact years, but 50 plus years township resident, unless you want to care to tell us exactly how many.
67, 68.
Oh my gosh, you really did remember when Richie was a baby. Okay? So there we have it, 67. 25 years volunteer service at the Mercy Center, right? And then it says here, and I spoke to Sister Carol was down there, and she had a lot of great things to say about it. What she said was, you guys come in Thanksgiving and assemble over 300 Thanksgiving food baskets at the Sisters of Mercy Academy, and civically active for over 50 years in the township. So for that, we're very, very grateful. We really thank you for that. So on behalf of the township, the mayor, the council, we'd like to present you with this little acknowledgement.
Open it up.
Oh, yeah, open
That's it. Great. Thank you so much. Good. Okay, one more.
Stay up here. Your friends and I. We'll give her a separate. Okay. We'll call the youngster of the group, Peggy Hildebrand. Peg, you want to come on up? You can slide down. Get right in. Right in here, you get the first chair. Now, again, we don't mention ages here, and I don't know who's older. Do you?
I have no idea.
Okay. That was your chance, Peg, so we'll go with it. So Peggy, another one. Again, I know these women personally for a long, long time, ever since I was a baby, so, and I'm 10 years younger than Rich. So there you have it. So Peggy Hildebrand, another one who's served this community for well over 50 years. She's actually worked here, right, Peggy?
I did for 17 years.
Was the building still here then? Was it the same building?
Same building.
Okay, awesome. So for her many years, contributions to the Township of Ocean, 50-plus year resident. You care to tell us how long?
Like,
How many years you lived here?
about 55, I think.
Newbie.
Whatever. That's close
Over
enough.
25-plus years, again, volunteering at Mercy Center, same thing. And again, Peg was part of the group. She helped assemble over 300 Thanksgiving food baskets at the Sisters Academy, and longtime employee of the township as well. So Peggy, again, on behalf of the mayor and the council, we're very honored to give this to you, and thank you for your years of service. You're a wonderful person. Sure. Just slide on a little bit. So for our next person, another woman I've known again since I was a little boy, and she'll tell stories, and I hope she doesn't because I want to be embarrassed. Lois Stewart. Lois, you want to come on up? I know. So again, Lois has been here over 50 years. You care to tell us how many years?
Oh,
Are we here in the town?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
61?
More than 50, I know, but I don't know exactly.
61.
61, someone said. 50's nothing, right?
She's been here 61.
61 years. Awesome. And again, Lois, part of the group, and then these women, these are three spectacular women. There's a lot of people out there like this, so I just want to let you guys know, but these three in particular, they worked, they went through the township, even in their early years while they were working, they contributed to the town, they volunteered their time and their services, and then after retirement went on to do these great things. 50-year plus resident, 61 we found out. 25 years volunteer service at the Mercy Center again, and assembled over 300 Thanksgiving food baskets at the Sisters Academy, and longtime employee of the Stewards Authority, right?
That's right.
In its early days, I bet.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay, awesome. So again, Lois, we are honored on behalf of the mayor and council to award you with this.
Thank
All right, and thank you for your many years of service to the township. You're wonderful. Thank you.
More? Excellent, good, thank you.
Okay, thank you guys again. Let's hear it for these three women.
We're going to, anybody who cares to go take a break, watch Jeopardy, whatever, we're going to take a couple of minutes to set up for the meeting. You don't have to feel obligated to stay for all our business, but you can if you'd like to.
Back in session. Okay, so tonight we have the minutes for the October 1st, 2015 workshop. Someone please offer? Oh, I'm sorry. Before we go, does anybody have anything that they'd like to say? Please come on up to the mic, state your name and address. For the record.
Resolution?
Yeah, resolution.
Regarding the street repairing?
No, just right now, just on the resolutions in the first part, and then at the end you can make a general comment if you like.
What resolution?
Just what's on the agenda.
That's going to be an ordinance.
All right, let me hear. The purpose of the public portion is solely ask questions, to understand resolutions and vouchers that appear on this agenda, and is not occasion for a public hearing on an ordinance. All questions not related to an item on this agenda should be asked during the public comments portion at the conclusion of the meeting. So that being said, does anybody have anything on the consent agenda?
I have a comment on the road program update.
Okay, you come on up. Oh, that's not for this.
I think that's going to be an ordinance, that's going to be on, we'll have a separate hearing on that.
Tonight.
So I should write?
Yes,
Yes.
we're going on that one. This is just under resolution.
That's fine.
Okay. Seeing and hearing no one, someone please offer the minutes for the 2015 October 1st workshop and public meetings.
I'll offer, Mayor.
Second.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye. I but I abstain on the minutes of the public meeting on October 1st.
Okay. Also, we have... Sorry.
I abstain on the first as well.
Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, so we quorum, 3. 15-189, tonight we have resolutions 15-189 through 15-191. Someone please offer.
I'll offer, Mayor.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. For individual action, we have vouchers in the amount of $7,113,396.85. Someone please offer.
I'll offer, Mayor.
Second.
Second.
All in favor? No, roll call here, Judge.
Fitzgerald.
Yes.
Garafolo.
Yes.
Wong.
Yes.
Shepherd.
Yes.
Siciliano.
Yes. Okay, also we have resolutions 15-192, authorize the extension of the contract with Mazza and Sons for the bulky waste recovery facility to accept construction and demolition waste and other type, number 13 and type 13C waste, as delivered by the Township of Ocean for a period not to extend past November 30, 2015. Someone please offer.
I'll offer, Mayor.
Second.
Second.
Fitzgerald.
Yes.
Garafolo.
Yes.
Wong.
Yes.
Shepherd.
Yes.
Siciliano.
Yes. 15-193, authorize a contract with Civil Solutions, a division of Adams, Ram, and Hagen Associates, Inc., Hammontown, New Jersey, to perform the tax map updates at a cost not to exceed $10,000. Someone please offer.
I'll offer, Mayor.
Second?
Second.
Ventura,
Yes.
Garafolo,
Yes.
Wong,
Yes.
Schedeka,
Yes.
Siciliano,
Yes. 15194, authorizing a developer's agreement between the Township of Ocean and the Affordable Housing Alliance, Block 1.02, Block 51.11, Clearview Drive. Someone please offer.
I'll offer, Mayor.
Second?
Second.
Ventura,
Yes.
Garafolo,
Yes.
Wong,
Yes.
Schedeka,
Yes.
Siciliano,
Yes. And tonight for adoption, we have ordinance number 2249. Jesse, want to read the title, please?
Ordinance number 2249, an ordinance amending and supplementing Chapter 21, the Comprehensive Land Development Ordinance of the Township of Ocean.
Someone want to open the public hearing on ordinance number 2249?
I'll open the public hearing.
I'll second it.
Roll call.
Ventura,
Yes.
Garafolo,
Yes.
Wong,
Yes.
Schedeka,
Yes.
Siciliano,
Yes, anybody care to be heard on ordinance number 2249, please come up to the microphone, state your name and address for the record. Seeing and hearing no one, someone please close the public hearing on ordinance number 2249.
Motion to close the public hearing.
Second?
I'll second.
Ventura,
Yes.
Garafolo,
Yes.
Wong,
Yes.
Schedeka,
Yes.
Siciliano,
Yes. Also for adoption tonight, we have ordinance number 22.
Move to-
Oh, sorry, someone please, action please on ordinance 2249.
Move ordinance 2249.
I'll second it.
Ventura,
Yes.
Garafolo,
Yes.
Wong,
Yes.
Schedeka,
Yes.
Siciliano,
Yes. Okay, also for adoption tonight is ordinance number 2250. Someone please open the public, oh, Jesse, read the title, please.
Ordinance number 2250, a bond ordinance providing for various improvements appropriating $225,000, therefore authorizing the issuance of $213,750 in bonds or notes to finance a portion of the cost and directing a special assessment of the cost.
All right, someone please open the public hearing on ordinance number 2250.
Move to open the public hearing.
I'll second.
Ventura,
Yes.
Garafolo,
Yes.
Wong,
Yes.
Schedeka,
Yes.
Siciliano.
Yes, anybody wishing to be heard on ordinance number 2250, please step up to the microphone and state your name and address for the record.
Good evening. My name is Judy Zaga, 18 Fairway Lane. I've been a resident here for about 23 years. I kind of don't remember ever having that street repaired, unless my memory leaves me. So in 23 years, I've been paying property taxes, have 4 children, never sent one child to the public school here, never got reimbursed for any of the private schooling. I'm presently paying over $14,000 in property taxes a year. I really think at $14,000, the city could cover my street and my curb and my block.
Okay.
I think it's a little obnoxious.
Okay, well, we appreciate that, and I understand your frustration. And I'm going to turn it over to Andrew, and he'll explain the roads assessment program, but we certainly will put Fairway on for 2016 for a review. But Andrew, you want to?
Well, you were at the informational meeting we had on this.
Yes, and I asked for
Just-
somebody to come to the
We did
house,
come
and I
to the
got a
house.
notice the same day, and I read it about midnight, the email saying they wanted to come that day.
We did come to the house, we looked
But I wasn't
at,
there.
you were not there, but we came at the time we said, I think when you were here that night, we made a time that we were gonna be there. But
No, I was getting
I just
emails.
want to explain though, keep in mind, what we're doing tonight is we're authorizing the township the ability to assess the cost of whatever improvements are made, whether it's sidewalk, curb, or driveway apron. So we're not authorizing a specific dollar amount, although we have estimates for individual properties. And in your case, we went out, we did, because in your case, we're not doing anything with the curb, we're not doing anything with the driveway apron, but the sidewalks are scheduled to be replaced.
So I asked for somebody to meet me there to show me what exactly they were changing.
The-
And I still want to meet somebody
Okay,
there.
we can do that.
Okay.
And like I said, so it's not going to impact what we do tonight because we're just doing an assessment district ordinance. And then once those improvements are made, which they won't be made at this point until the spring, then that cost will be assessed back to the property. But if you would
And
like, we
that's
can
what
come
I-
back out.
And that's what I'm objecting
Yeah.
to, that
I
that
understand
cost
that.
is being pushed back
I
to the
understand, but you
homeowner.
have to keep in mind, we probably have somewhere in the neighborhood of a dozen assessment districts currently in effect across Ocean Township. So this is the way we do our road program. The township pays 100% of the cost of the road improvements. We pay 100% of the engineering costs. We pay for any drainage improvements. but for the cost of the sidewalk, the curb, and the driveway aprons, that cost does get assessed back to the property owners. The only exception is if we are able to get a grant for a particular property or a particular project, and then also on the corners where there's handicap ramps that are put in, the township absorbs that cost as well. So I understand you don't like the way we do it, but it is the way we have done it. I know I've been here 8 years and the previous administrator was here for over 20 years. So going on about a 30-year period, this is the way we have undertaken these projects and this is the way we have allocated the cost. Well, I understand you may not agree with it. Well, I understand that, but we have many people across the township who have paid for these improvements through just this type of program. But if you like, I will come back out next week. I will get hold of you.
And please give me a date and a time before, not the same day. But I will tell you, if you've done any kind of search on what our property taxes are in Ocean Township compared to the rest of the country, we're way up there. Oh, yeah. I lived in San Francisco for 20 years where the housing is more expensive than Manhattan, and the property taxes, they did a Prop 13 about 30 years ago, brought it way down to the bare minimum of taxes, and everything was fine. They still had the fire department, they still had the police department, there was no waste. And when I came here, I was in shock when I saw what taxes were and how they constantly are raising. And a lot of us here are all seniors with fixed incomes.
We appreciate that. Thank you, Ms. Sager.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Anybody else wishing to be heard on the ordinance, please step up to the mic, state your name and address for the record.
Good evening, Russ.
Feels like 27.
I'm just kidding. 700 Down Road, Wayside. This ordinance, this doesn't include the road work, does it?
It does not include the road work, no. Just, again, the sidewalk, curb, and driveway.
It's, if it's necessary on a particular person's property?
Correct.
Correct, okay. What's the status on Milling Down Road? I think there was some type of discussion on that. I thought I heard that once.
Yes, that's the only time we do those other improvements in terms of the sidewalk, the curb, and the driveway, is when we're there to do the road improvements.
Sure.
So that is going to get done in the spring.
Sure, that makes sense. And by the way, if you're issuing securities to cover, we've been through this before.
Yes.
This is the time to do it with rates very low. So if Township of Ocean is going to do it, let's do it now. Okay, thank you so much.
Great, thank you.
I appreciate it very much.
Yeah, you're welcome. Anybody else wishing to be heard on this ordinance? Come on up to the microphone.
Hello. My name is Rose Meyer from 79 Whale Pond. I'm a fairly new resident here in Oakhurst. I have a question as far as I understand that, you know, I spoke to about the sidewalk and all that, and I am perfectly fine as far as, you know, paying to have my sidewalk replaced. As a matter of fact, I was talking about having the whole sidewalk replaced. Now, the thing that I have questioned is when it says a special assessment on the cost. Are you assessing my property taxes? Would my property taxes go up?
It'll be completely separate from your property tax.
Okay, well, will this cause, if I have my sidewalk replaced, will that cause my property taxes?
No impact
Nothing
on
at
your
all?
assessment, no.
Okay, then I'm fine. Thank you very much.
Well, but you know what, I will tell you this, because I was part of this program 5 years ago when they did my street. It did increase the value of my property. It was one of the best bargains I ever had, because it cost me half of what I would have paid to do my sidewalk by myself. And in fact, I had a tree that had to be removed, which was removed, and then they gave me another tree to replace it. And I was able to finance it over 5 years, I think at 1% interest? Less than 1% interest.
No, I think the deal is great, because we have a very large driveway. And we had to replace a piece of it.
And you know the
And it
cost,
was
yeah.
very expensive,
Yeah.
probably more than with the sidewalks
And
and
because
cost
it's done in bulk, I mean, the price is almost half of what
Right,
you
but I
would
was
pay individually.
concerned because I know when I got our tax bill, as I said, we've only living here full time for 1 year, but we've owned the property for 5. And when I got my tax, you know, my bill, I saw it went up and it said property improvements. It was bought, and I called up and I said, I didn't do anything. Why am I getting an increase? I mean, I know we're having this reevaluation. I thought, and she said that has nothing to do with it. It went up like $700, and you know the taxes are quite high. And I said, well, I didn't do anything. Why are they? She said, oh, it's just it was the general increase. didn't make sense to me.
Yeah, that wasn't a thorough
Yeah.
explanation. What may have happened, like I said, throughout the township, our municipal tax rate, as promised, that we told you back in January, rate this year didn't go up. So the municipal rate didn't go up, if your assessment may have gone up and triggered an increase in your,
But how would the assessment go up if I didn't do anything?
well.
It
if
said
you had a-
improvements or whatever.
Well, here's what happens, sometimes folks may have had an older assessment, and so that's not your property, I'm gonna make an example, property's worth 500,000 and has been assessed at 400. And so now with the new assessment, they're trying to get it as close to 100% value to try to ward off the tax appeals we can get.
Well, yeah.
So,
my-
the point is, if that went up from 400 to 450 or 470,
No, I understand that.
would make your property tax.
See, I have, I had a home, we had a home in Hoboken, and we had a nightmare there because his family's owned the house since in like 1925 or something like that. And they had, we were paying high taxes, but they had a general reevaluation. And they put the property value up 4 times what it was. But they said, don't worry about it. It's going to, the rate will go down. And our tax rate went up $4,000 in
Wow.
1 year.
Yeah, that shouldn't.
So I mean, it's like,
Yeah.
it frightens me because.
Yeah, that was, I mean, like I said, you say typically a third go up, a third remain the same, a third go down in any tax reevaluation. But I know in this case, a lot of people call me saying they actually had a decrease in their taxes because they were already assessed at the top value. So there was nowhere else to go but down with our tax rate. So
Okay, well, I
You
guess
need
now.
to look at the school tax as well, that might contribute.
That did go
Well,
up
it
this
showed
year.
that on the tax bill, it showed it was a home improvement. And
Well,
that
they
was
show
my
your
question.
improvement in your land.
The land was the same.
Right, so your home value, the value of your home went up.
Even though I didn't do anything.
No, because it was probably under the value that it really was.
Okay.
And if you look at your appraisal when you bought the home, you'll probably, that'll justify it, I'm sure.
Now, as far as this reassessment, when should we be finding this out? When is this?
Well, I mean, we have a lot of paperwork due at the end of the month, so I'm hoping to be in touch with the freeholders like within the next day or two and find out what action is going to be taken on this whole. I mean, unfortunately, the pilot program unto itself is a good program. It's just that all the attention that it's getting, the way it's been run is a little suspect, so we just want to make sure everything's going the way it's supposed to, and if not, let us know now.
Okay,
So
because
we-
I mean, like I said,
we
I did
suspended.
appeal, like I said, in Hoboken, and we was saying, I know in Hoboken, everybody's doing new work, new construction, and they had brand new homes, and ours wasn't.
Right.
And they could care less. It was just like, no, it's worth this much money, and this is your taxes, and that was it. So, we got out of there, but hopefully we'll stay here.
We're glad you're here.
Have a good day. Thank you.
Anybody else wishing to be heard on ordinance 2250? Come on up to the microphone.
James Case.
Hey, yes, down the road, sure.
Now, the sidewalks, you're gonna change every sidewalk or just broken ones?
Well, they're gonna evaluate them. Angel, you guys been out there for?
We have.
Okay.
We did the initial inspection.
Okay.
You probably weren't at the information meeting,
No.
I don't recognize you.
He's right next to the
Our
school.
preference is just to replace what's damaged.
So it's gonna crack like?
Cracked or offset,
Okay.
or if it's spalling, I mean, there could be a number of different things that would
But
trigger
the
that.
good ones you're not gonna touch again, because I have like 2 frontage there.
I think the best thing, quite honestly, is for us to come out, and that way you'll see exactly what we
Because
have
also we have
planned.
fiber optics under the sidewalk too in certain areas.
Right,
Yeah.
and they'll have
We'll do
to
mark outs.
locate and everything.
Okay. Thank you.
Just give me your address one more time.
745.
Anybody else on ordinance 2250? Move to close the public hearing? Second?
Second.
Oh, one more, I'm sorry, one more.
My name is Dario Vito. I have a property at 208 Norwood Avenue in Oakhurst. I have a hair shop there. Andrew's familiar with the situation we had there. It started out with the fact that you're going to pave the road and replace the curbs. That's a good idea. While they were there, that corner has been really a very difficult corner, and I'm sure that most of you that passed by there have noticed that. So talking to Andrew and I guess it's Greg, the
Township engineer.
And Doug, I think was the other fellow, right? Not Doug, the
Tom.
Works fellow, Tom, right? I guess we thought that squaring that corner off was a good idea. with curbing. And I do think it's a good idea. I just want to, there's a few questions I have in regard to it. And once they do that I really don't understand, and I was talking to Andrew about, is obviously my property lines are what they are now. They're not going to change. As far as extending it out, that curbing will belong to the city, obviously. I just have to maintain it. I guess the question I have is, from where the property line is now to where the liability for me would be, I would have to maintain that area, obviously, with the grass in there, to have it cut, whatever. But as far as liability, I really would like to know what exactly that would be for me. In other words, how would that work? My insurance company, how would that work? I don't know.
Well, Andrew can answer.
I don't know, the right-of-way is still gonna be the right-of-way. We're not moving anything. And again, I think, and I'm not trying to shut you down here, but I think all we're doing is suggesting that we do this, and you have agreed that it's, in concept, a good idea.
Sure, I do.
But I think we're not doing this work till next spring anyway.
Okay.
So I think what we should do is sit down together
Okay.
and go over these questions so that you know exactly what you're getting yourself into.
Exactly.
Before we do any work out there. I think that's probably the best way to do it.
Liability in these issues is a complicated issue because a lot of it depends upon, if you're talking about somebody gets hurt on the property, and what was the reason they got hurt? Was it ice and snow that wasn't properly removed?
Yeah, of course.
There's a lot of different.
I'm with it. I just want to know.
I'm not really that with it. So I was trying to make sure myself I knew what I was doing.
Yeah, all I want to say is that I want to know where my responsibility is on this. That's all I'm
It's a fair question. Like I said, I think we can do that before we do any work so that you know exactly what's changing, if anything, and you're comfortable with that when we move forward.
Perfect. Very good. Like I said to you before, I think, making that corner safer is obviously the main concern, because people come whipping around there. It's pretty nice people. And that's it, really, at this point.
Okay. I'll touch base with you next week, and we'll arrange a time to get that done.
Thank you, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else on ordinance 2250? Before we close the public hearing? Motion?
Motion to close public hearing.
Second?
Second.
Vanchera?
Yes.
Garafolo?
Yes.
Wong?
Yes.
Shelbyka?
Yes.
Siciliano?
Yes. Anybody else have anything on their mind? Please come up to the microphone, state your name and address. Oh, I'm sorry. Action, please, action, please, on ordinance 2250.
Get right.
I move ordinance 2250.
I'll second.
Vanchera?
Yes.
Garafolo?
Yes.
Wong?
Yes.
Shelbyka?
Yes.
Siciliano?
Yes. Okay. Yeah, that's what you had for. Anybody want to be heard, please come up to the microphone, state your name and address for.
Yes, 007.
007's here.
Dr. Mello Mello, 46 Redwood Drive, which is Cedar Village, and a little update on Cedar Village.
Yes.
We had a fund drive for the Townbrook Fire and the Seidel family, and collected $1,350. And from those proceeds, we got gift cards and distributed evenly between both of the Seidel family, Seidel family and the Townbrook Fires.
Great.
This Saturday, we're having our 6th annual breast cancer walk. And the proceeds of that will go, as in previous years, to the Jersey Shore Hospital for their cancer research.
And what time is that, look on?
It's starting at about 10 o'clock.
And it's right around your development, you just
It's
keep going.
in the development. You don't have to go out on the road. You don't even have to walk. You can trot or whatever. And everyone is invited to attend. But this is our 6th year that we're doing it, and we're only in existence, Cedar Village is only in existence, as you know, 10 years. And since that time, we've been very active with community affairs.
Yeah.
We're having a family day, October 25th, which will include a bake sale.
Nice.
And proceeds of that will be going to the First Aid Squad this year. We alternate between the First Aid Squad and the Volunteer Fire Department.
Oh, that's wonderful.
And so Cedar Village is still up, around, and happy.
Yeah, you guys are doing great. We appreciate it. For the record, they start the school year off with their backpacks, right? Which is awesome. We'll send them a report. Anybody else wishing to be heard? Come on up to the microphone, state your name and address for the record. Huh? All right, well, before we adjourn, I just want to thank everybody for coming and remind you that we air these meetings twice a day at 10 a.m. and 7 p.m. Channel 22 if you have files, 77 if you have Cablevision, except for Tuesday nights. Will you please make a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
Ruggiero?
Yes.
Girarolo?
Yes.
Wong?
Yes.
Jessica?
Yes.
Siciliano?
Yes, meeting adjourned. Thank you all for coming.